Photoshop Elements 6, just like the versions of the program that came before it, has many features and tools that you can use to organize and manage the pictures that you've imported into the program. One of the features that have been revamped for this new version of Elements is the Collections option available in Photoshop Elements 5. In 6 this has been called the Albums option. And you can see here it's situated under the Organize tab in the Organizer workspace. In many ways it works in the same way as the Collections option in previous versions of the program. For instance, collections are a way that we can group together images of similar characteristics. Let's look at how this works. We have these several images here showing a sign sitting in water. So let's group those together in a collection called Sign and Water. So I'll just go down to New Album, call this Sign in Water, click OK. We have that album entry here now. So then I can go and select those images, hold down the Shift key, select all the images in that group, and let's drag the album entry option over to the selected images. Now if I click on that entry option, only those images will be displayed. Notice, just like collections, each of these images have a number associated with it. This means that we can actually sequence images in albums. So for instance, if I want this image to appear before the rest, I can just move it across and drop it, and it becomes number 1 in the series. This is very handy when you're actually using these images in a photo project, because the sequence that they're actually ordered in the collection or in the album is respected when you drag them into or include them in the creation project. Also notice that in the plus option, or the plus button, we have another entry, and this entry is called New Album Group. The New Album Group is like an upper album, a overarching album that you can add sub-albums to. What does this mean in reality? Well, let's have a look. Say for instance you're an avid traveler. We'll create an album group called Travel. And this can be an upper level album, and this can be an upper level album. You can see here it's at the top level, and here's the entry here. We'll then go and create another album that sits beneath that, and this could be called, say, France Xmas 07. Click OK, and you can see that the France Xmas 07 album sits beneath the Travel Group album. So this is a great way for you to organize your albums when you start getting multiple albums together. These things were the same kind of features that were available in the previous version of the feature though. These options are the same sorts of things that were available in the previous version of the feature though. So what's changed? Well, there's a new option here as well. If we go to plus, the plus button, you'll notice we have something here called Smart Album. What is a Smart Album? Well, unlike standard albums, it's actually based on searching through your catalog or library of images. So for instance, we could have an album here called Colors, and we can search through, say, the keyword tags that are present in all our images for a keyword tag called Colors, and then just click OK. What will happen is we'll get a new entry in our albums palette called Colors, and we'll have all of the images with that keyword tag associated with it. And you might say to me, well, that's just the same as a standard album. It is, in that it groups all these images together, but it's different because if I go back to all of my pictures and then select one of these images and add the Colors keyword tag, so let's just go down to Colors, here it is here, just drag it up and add it to that particular image. The next time I click on the Colors Smart Album, you'll notice that that particular image has been added to the group. So it's always active. It performs this find function or search function on the fly each time you click the button. This is terrific because, say for instance, you have an album group based around one of your children's names. Then each time you download images and you add a keyword tag to that image, to the groups of images that you're downloading with your child's name associated with it, you no longer then have to go and search for those images again to add them to your album group for that child's name. Simply clicking on it will go through and search for those keyword tags and then add all the images to the album group. So you can create a smart album either via the plus button in the albums pane, or if you go up to the find and then down to the details metadata option, notice that we have a new option here as well, and that is the ability for us to save the results of the searching that we do here as a new smart album. So any searches that you perform, you can actually save them as a smart album automatically using this option at the base of the find by details or metadata option. So try using albums as a way of collating your images, as a way of organizing them, and then have a go at using smart albums as a way of automatically updating the content of those albums.